Hello, my name is Gunnar Gilmore, and in this video, I will be explaining to you my Tableau 2 project. Thank you.
This is the data worksheet. On this worksheet, we have the bike names, and they are categorized by which region, state, zip code, and city they are sold in. The bikes are also categorized by sales, profit margin, as well as the date of the sale. And this data breaks up these bikes and shows how much money they make, not only per each kind of bike, but by which city and state they're sold in. And this pie chart shows the chunks of total sales that are taken up by each individual region. And the purpose of this is to find out which region has the highest amount of sales, and we see that as the West. This worksheet is digging deeper on that pie chart from the previous slide. We see all the individual states in the West and how much money they make respectively. We see that the California state is obviously the highest with $253 million, and no other state really comes close. Like we see Washington with 67 million, but it can't really touch California. So this is where we start seeing that California is an outlier, and we'll dig deeper into that with the future slides. Now I found the three cities in California with the highest sales, and I decided to put those in graphs here to show that. And I showed the sales and then the profit. So you can see that the profit in Los Angeles is still higher than the other cities, and it's not just that they have high sales. So in this, I wanted to see which individual names of the bikes sold the most and how much money these bikes made in these three California cities. And so these are the four bikes in all the three different categories that I found. And what was interesting was that the road bikes category had two that were very close together. This one is 34 million and this one is 33,599,000. So they're almost the same. But but one of the bikes was obviously better selling. And now we see that the bike with the high sales is the same in all the Western cities in this slide, which is interesting that it would be the same bike in all these different states with very different geographies and terrains that these bikes would be used on. Moving on to the dashboard, we see this interactiveness by being able to click on the state and seeing the name of the state and the sales that it has. We also see this bar chart over here saying how much more California is making than all the others, and a visualization of how much different California's sales are than the rest of the country. Moving on to the story portion of my Tableau project. This just goes through all of my different slides and explains them, talks about my pie chart, my map, my three bar graphs, and then my dashboard. From this project, I learned one important aspect of this huge data set. I'm sure there's much more to uncover, and I would love to use Tableau as a way to find trends and meaning from huge data sets like this. I enjoyed using Tableau's multiple viewpoints in the Show Me tab to find the best way to visualize a piece of data. I learned more about different ways data can be visualized on Tableau and in general, and how these different charts and maps prioritize showing different aspects of the data. I also found that using filters in different ways can greatly affect how data is analyzed. The bicycle data can be used to find highs, lows, trends over time, and Tableau is a great software to do this. The dashboard feature in Tableau is a great way to practice making presentations and finding data sets that make sense being put together. It is also a good way to find how data interacts with itself. The story mode also gave me an opportunity to go through all of my data and explain it cohesively.